Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, B Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. It's early in the morning. They do hours. The sun is up now. I've been to the gym. This is my second go around. But this is a lesson I want to get out because I want to tell you about two different styles that I teach from. I got two different ways of teaching. So that's what we're going to talk about with this lesson. I hope I can break it down, explain it to you so you'll be a better understanding of the two different techniques that I use, aka behind George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic. I'm a fan, so one is Parliament, one is Funkadelic. I got two techniques, aka George got two groups. Let's go. Writerism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I gave you life lessons. You tuning and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way right through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. But if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them on the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Add to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers. P Funk philosophy on, let me break down my teaching styles that I have two, which I call life lessons, but I do it two different ways, like George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic. When I'm reading from my book, and I love reading from books, that's why I get my knowledge from. I just, once I read it, I go over it, then I bring it back and put it to a lesson so I can teach you what I learned. And with this book here, I've learned a lot of stuff that I'm teaching you that's not even my philosophical points of view, but they all work for me. But I'm here to do just that, teach. So when I'm teaching and I'm reading from the book, I call that my parliament. When George Clinton first started out, they did doo-wop, the process hair, the suits, the movements, the dance routine. He said the upkeep was too heavy, too much. They couldn't keep that. So he said, listen, my man, let's just get real. Let's get funky. So hence Funkadelic. But when I'm teaching from the book, I'm giving you organized lessons from the book, from the script, and that's cool, that's fine. But when I want to get off my chest and I want to show my versatility and my knowledge, I take it to the dome. That's the Funkadelic part. That's when I get real. And some people say that, okay, you're not that smart if you can, all you got to do is read from a book. Really. I read books to learn. I got a library full of books. I've been reading books for years. I lost my glasses, left my glasses in the gym yesterday. When I got home, freaking out. Oh no, called the gym. They said, yeah, Mr. Wright, we got your glasses. We know you're going to need them because you do a lot of reading. So yeah, it's important. That book knowledge is all good knowledge. You got to learn it before you can teach it or live it. I learned it to live it, then teach it. Okay, that's my formula for that. But some people say, well, you ain't that smart. You got to use the book. Okay, tell all the preachers who teach lessons from that Bible, a book, weekly. I got a pastor, he been teaching that same book over 50 years. I got a whole library of a little bit of everything. He ain't got but one book, and he's doing fine with the one book. So don't make a difference, one or 100. If you got it, you got it. You don't, you don't. Simple as that. And everybody get it in different ways. Some people will, some people won't. They say some coons can and some coons can't. But being a master teacher, I can understand. That means that I can explain and break down any book that I read. And if I broke down the Bible, that'll make me a preacher. I don't do that. A lot of books. You ain't never seen me break the Bible down. You never see me. I'm not doing that. That means I be a preacher. I don't want to preach. Thank you. And my pastor, no, the pulpit ain't where no, I got no aspiration to be in the pulpit. I like seeing my dude do what he do. I ain't trying to do that. I like doing what I do. I'm Buck. He's the preacher. I don't mix. We don't cross swords. You stay on that side. I stay on this side. I do what I do. You do what you do. We do it well. So again, I don't have a problem with that. But I can break it down. My man, you can be a preacher. I ain't say I couldn't. I said I don't want to be. Sorry, but yeah. First, book teachings is what I call parliament. That's the straight lace, keep it in order. And that's our pastor. That's what he do. That's his. I got plenty of books. I got many books, and I teach from all of them. Why? I understand them. I break it down for you. That's what I do. He doing the same thing, but with just one book. I ain't mad at that, okay? I told you, when I got to God, he was already there. And I went the long way around. I took the rough side. He's been the same way since I met him 50 years. I got a nice lesson coming up for that, too. But again, I teach, okay, spiritual enlightenment from books, from the teachers who were masters of their craft, who I learned from. That's why I got my knowledge. I didn't make this up. I acquired this. I got the knowledge from studying and reading and implementing and learning what I read. If I use that Bible and do what it is I do, you be calling me a minister right, pastor right. I'm not doing that. Understand that. That's the reason why. No other reason. I don't aspire to preach or talk about the Bible. It's not my book of choice. It's not my religion. So I have no aspiration for that. And I use books of wisdom. Okay? Free teaching that I don't have to agree with this, but I understand it. And when I'm checking it out, I'm learning something as I go also. Something different than what I already know. I'm open-minded enough to do that. See, I know what I know. It's right there, no nothing. Moving on. I use books to obtain wisdom and knowledge, but it's all about esoteric. That's the hidden meaning. That's the underlying meaning of the lessons that you want to learn. Real true knowledge is esoteric. Why? It's hidden. You had to search and understand it. I speak in three different trilateral concepts. It can mean one of three things. That's options. That means you can, you got something to play with here and there. Moving on. But that's a concept. That's a style. But I teach what knowledge, to teach what others to do the same, but think for themselves, come out of nonsense and get real meaning and understanding. Everybody, we're in information age, but there's a reason. Information is plentiful, but is it the good information? Is it the right information? All information ain't good and right. That's what I'm saying. So your job to figure that out. Again, I have scholarly knowledge. I got master's and PhD degrees in religious history, Greek mythology. I went that route. I got that also. Again, I have those things. And I can read and break down esoteric knowledge in a few arenas, not just Egyptian concept. This guy, how you doing? Ain't nothing anybody Egyptian. He got a few concepts, but this is all different philosophy. Okay, but I understand it well, and I'm also learning from it different aspects. Again, and if you claim to be a spiritual philosopher, you have to what? Have your concepts of God that you can teach others. And main thing is, if you're not living by your philosophy or your concepts, don't teach it. Okay, that's the difference. Authenticity is the key to being what? Righteous and honest with yourself. Keep it real. P-Funk, I'm pure real. I'm not going to deviate from being real. God is God is spirit. Again, I'm a spiritual philosopher. I know God. I talk about God. I have a philosophy about God. I have mastered what I call God, aka spiritual knowledge, self-knowledge. I know thyself. I know God for myself, so I can make that statement in earnest. And make the statement don't mean a damn thing if you ain't living it. The whole point is to know God through what? Experience. And that's the only way you're going to get to him. And Christ said it best. I am the only way to the Father. What he was saying is, you got to do what I do to get to him. That's what he was trying to get across the point. Y'all, missed that concept too. I know God. Why? I serve and worship God. And doing that, I'm blessed by God. That's how I know. Do you know who you serve? Do you know who blesses you? Do you know anything about what you claim to be doing or following? I do. I don't follow nothing I don't know and understand or agree with 100%. Okay? In the words of my pastor and my church family, no, we say we serve a what? A mighty God. You give that title to the one who what serves you, who blesses you. I ain't got a problem with that, one bit, because the same God who serves you serve everybody else who do what they need to do in His sight. That's why whatever name you call him, don't make a difference. My pastor my pastor teach from the Bible all the time. When I get advice from him about life, it's biblical concept. I know that. I don't expect him to give me Islamic points of view or Buddhist points of view. He's gonna give me the biblical point of view, and he know that book. Okay, I respect that, and whenever I come to him, I know that's what I'm gonna get. I ain't got a problem with that. And he teach from that book every week, and he have been for years now. I've known him for 50. Only book I ever see him read. I got a nice library, extended. Okay, I read a lot of stuff, and he respects that. But I'm good, brother. Right? That's all he need. When the man thinks he's comfortable with what, leave him be. Why? He know what he doing. He know just what he doing. And I got to respect and understand that. And I ain't got no problem with that. What the hell's going on with my nose? God damn it. But where we at? Again, book use. The person who writes, everybody telling me, you should write a book. You should write. Man, I'm not wasting my time doing something. People already doing it. I don't need to do this. All I can do is use it. I ain't got to write it. Oh, you make a bunch of money. If you write a book, you want to make money. Don't tell me what to do to make money. Come on, man. I hate that idea. Think and give yourself the advice that you would give somebody else. How about that? Start there. Okay. So again, I use books to teach for what? To help people master themselves with what? Knowledge of themselves, spiritual knowledge, aka God knowledge. And when I come from, when I'm coming from my mind, aka the Funkadelic side of me, I'm keeping it real with what? My life lessons. Right isms is the lessons of my life that I experienced. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's Funkadelic. When I do that, I'm breaking down a few aspects and concepts and presenting it to you. All right? I'm philosophizing. How about that? So when I conceptualize from what? My own wisdom that I acquired over the years, the last 30 years of studying, now I have a few different concepts that I come up with doing my daily meditations. And I grasp the thought, put it down on paper, label it out, and run it through and make it a lesson. Somebody can use that information. That's why I do it. Man, what the hell's going on with my nose? To my right thinkers, to my right thinking is what? Learning and thinking for themselves. After you get the lesson, you learn it, you understand it, comprehend it, and then you implement it to find out if what they say it do, it do. We have two brains, two sides of the hemispheres, left and right. Okay, male and female, whatever you want to call it, but it's two for a reason. But you see me do this every day. This is what keep your brain, your thinking process balanced with equal opportunity to use both hemispheres of the brain. Women use one side, the men use one side, and they comfortable with that. So when you got to balance it out, they call that critical thinking. No, it ain't. That should be the norm. You should think with both sides, pros and cons, for everything that you do in life. Okay, understand that. Excuse me. But we have two brains, and we use both equally. We should use both equally. That's what Mayat represents. And Parliament Funkadelic is my concept of I use left side Parliament, right side Funkadelic. Conceptualize, that means put something in perspective. Talk about it, that means you can philosophize about it. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I can put it into perspective and present it to you where you can hope and understand it. But the goal is for you to have your own and put it to use and make it work for you. Okay, God damn, this is killing me. Well, yeah, okay. Parliament, straight laced by the book. Okay. Funkadelic, me doing me. Okay. Again, pure real. Keeping it real is an art form. A lot of people ain't real with themselves, so they can't keep it real. When I'm real all the time, I ain't gotta worry about changing. I ain't gonna worry about doing nothing but being me. That's the difference. Okay, Parliament Funkadelic is my favorite group. Obviously, you know that by now, and it's also my favorite philosophical concept that I teach by. I put that into my phrase, my concept. Why? I know Parliament is the book. Funkadelic is me. And I get questioned, what book you reading from? When I start the lesson, I'll tell you if I'm in the book. Other than that, I'm a content creator. I do all my stuff, I write it out. Eddie Murphy still does the same thing. If what you're doing works, that's what you do. Dave Chappelle, he write the punchline before he tell the joke. He get the punchline, and now he gotta make the joke fit the punchline. That's genius. Again, but that's his style. We all got technique, style. I got mine. Okay, let's go. And knowing your life story, knowing the life story of George Clinton, father all my life, my funk father, my leader, my teacher, from an aspect of funk. I gravitated to funk because suddenly he was talking to me. And what I thought and used it, it worked for me. It's P-Funk, still pushing it. Okay, ain't nothing changed. But when I'm reading from the book, I'm taking somebody else's view and break it down. Hopefully you can understand it. I do, so I can just explain it to you. I ain't got a problem with that. It ain't got to be mine. Like I said, I'm a master teacher. You give me a breakdown, I'll teach it. Give me a concept, I'll teach it. Give me a perspective, I'll teach it. Why? I'm a master teacher. I can teach. When I break out with my philosophy, okay? When I'm reading from the book, I'm teaching my parliament style. Okay, I'm pretty straight laced. But when I break out and get my philosophy on things that I see, now I'm getting funky. Okay, and George Clinton was the master of what? Both groups, Parliament and Funkadelic. Like I'm the master of both my styles. Okay, Parliament Funkadelic, I call it. But one is by the book, one is from the dome. But both are what? Right thinking philosophies, pure, real, aka P Funk. That's self knowledge. That's art of what? Knowing thyself. Self mastery is reaching a level where you know you. Hope you enjoy the lesson. I have to keep it quick. I got to go and right thinkers in closing. May you all let it be 100. Me, 100 minds a day. So I'm none of my right thinkers who understand now my Parliament Funkadelic, my Funkadelic style of teaching has passed away. I got to go fix my nose. I don't know what's going on. It's itching like crazy. Sorry about that, but I got to go.